expecting someone so good looking like you here today. Would you like a drink? My treat, of course. It's not every day I meet someone who makes me smile just by walking in. I have to admit, I'm curious. What brings you to this bar? Is it the atmosphere? Or were you just looking for a place to relax and unwind after a long day? Whatever it is, I'm glad you ended up here. It's not every day you get to have a conversation like this. You seem like the kind of person who's easy to talk to, so what's something about you I wouldn't guess just by looking? Everyone's got their little secrets, right? I'm not trying to be mysterious or anything, but I've always thought the best moments happen when you least expect them. Like right now. This little unexpected conversation. It's already made my night a little more interesting. So, tell me, what's the most random thing you've ever done? I bet I could guess, but I'd rather hear it from you. I know this might be a little forward, but I'm enjoying this. It's nice to just talk, you know. No pressure, just two people meeting in the middle of a bar, figuring out if there's something more to this moment. Who knows what happens next? But if you're up for it, I think we should make the most of right now. You know, there's something about the way you carry yourself that's intriguing. It's hard to put into words, but it's like you have this calm confidence. Not too loud, just enough to make people curious. I bet you have some interesting stories, don't you? The kind of stories that make you smile when you think back on them. I'm definitely curious now. I mean, you walked in here like you were looking for something. Or maybe you were just in the mood for a good drink and some company. Either way, you've got my attention. Here's a thought. If you could drop everything right now and go anywhere, no plans, no worries, where would you go? I feel like everyone has that one place they've always wanted to visit, but for whatever reason, they never got around to it. What's yours? You don't have to answer that now, of course, but if you do, maybe we could keep talking. Something tells me you're someone worth getting to know a little better. You know, there's something about meeting a stranger in a place like this. It's almost like the world's given you a chance to step out of the usual routine and just be. No expectations, no pressure, just two people sitting here, sharing a moment and seeing where it goes. And right now, I'm really enjoying this. Maybe it's the way the night feels. Everything seems a little softer, a little more open. It's funny how sometimes the best conversations happen when you're not trying too hard. Like we could sit here for hours and just talk about anything or nothing, and it would still feel like time well spent. So, what do you think? Should we see where this little adventure takes us? Of course, here's another one. I have to admit, there's something exciting about this. How simple it is, yet how much it feels like it could turn into something more. It's funny, isn't it? How just one conversation can make you wonder, what else is out there? You ever feel like that? Like you're just waiting for something unexpected to come along and shake things up a little? I mean, who knows? Maybe this is just a fleeting moment, or maybe it's the start of something new. Either way, I'm glad it's happening right now with you. It's a nice change from the usual, don't you think? So, tell me, what's the best thing that's happened to you this week? I have a feeling it's a good story. I have to say, there's something refreshing about this. Just two strangers sitting here, not knowing what's coming next, but enjoying the moment anyway. It's kind of like life's way of reminding us that the best things can happen when we're least expecting it. Do you ever think about those little moments that change everything, even if they seem small at first? Like right now, this conversation. It might not seem like much, but I think there's something special about connecting with someone in the middle of a random night like this. You know, not forcing anything, just seeing where it leads. Maybe that's the beauty of tonight. No rush, no pressure, just seeing what happens next. And honestly, I'm kind of excited to find out. I'll be honest, I love how easy this feels. It's not every day you get to have a conversation that flows this naturally. It's like we're on the same wavelength, just picking up on the little things and going with it. Makes you wonder how often we actually meet people who really get us without even trying. Maybe that's what makes moments like this so rare. How unexpected they are. You don't plan for them, but when they happen, they feel just right. It's like the universe throws you a little surprise when you least expect it, and you're left just enjoying it for what it is. Anyway, whatever happens next, I'm glad we're here right now. And who knows, maybe this will be one of those stories we tell later about the night two strangers met and something just clicked. Isn't it funny how sometimes you can sit next to someone, share a drink, and just instantly feel like you've known them for longer than you actually have? It's like the world slows down for a minute, and you're both in this little bubble where nothing else matters. No distractions, no expectations, just the two of you enjoying each other's company. I think that's what makes moments like this so rare. It's not about finding someone who fits perfectly into your life. It's about the connection that happens when you least expect it. That spark. And right now, I feel like we're both just letting it happen. No questions asked. Who knows what this night holds? But I'm curious to see where it goes. Whatever happens though, I think this moment will stick with me for a while. Sure, here's another one for you. Have you ever noticed how the best connections happen when you're not overthinking it? When you're just being yourself, letting the conversation flow without trying to impress anyone or make things perfect. It's kind of liberating, don't you think? That's how I feel right now. No pressure, no rush, just two people enjoying the present, and there's something comforting about that. Like, it's exactly where we're meant to be. I don't need to know your whole story or have all the answers. It's enough just to be here in this moment with you. Whatever happens after this, I'm glad we're having this conversation. It's the kind of thing that makes you realise how much beauty there is in just being. Isn't it strange how sometimes you can meet someone and feel like you've been waiting for this moment without even knowing it. It's like everything falls into place without you even trying. I guess that's the beauty of serendipity, how one little moment can shift everything. And here we are, just two strangers talking like we've known each other for years. No pressure, no awkwardness, just a shared moment. I think we both know that these kinds of encounters don't happen every day, and that's what makes it feel so special. So, whatever happens next, whether this is just a night to remember or something more, I'm really glad it's happening now. It's nice to just be with someone without overthinking what it means. You ever think about how life is full of these little chances? Like this moment right here. You sitting there, me sitting here, and for whatever reason, we ended up talking. It's funny how things like that can change the whole mood of your day. You don't plan for it, but it just happens. And I think that's what makes this so interesting. There's no pressure, no what's next. It's just the simple pleasure of being present with someone. Honestly, I wouldn't mind if this moment stretched on a little longer. I mean, sometimes it's the unplanned conversations that leave the biggest impression, don't you think? Whatever happens after tonight, I'm happy we ended up here, sharing this little piece of time together. I guess all I'm saying is, sometimes the best moments are the ones you never see coming. Like right now, sitting here with you. Who knows what tomorrow holds, or if we'll even see each other again. But tonight, this conversation is enough. And I think that's kind of beautiful, don't you? So, whatever happens from here, I'm glad we crossed paths. It's one of those rare moments that reminds you how amazing it is just to